The glamorous world of influencers looks perfect from the outside. Money, fame, endless brand deals, millions of followers, and lives filled with luxury. But behind the filters and brand partnerships, there's a much darker side that almost no one talks about. The influencer industry has been quietly trapping its biggest stars in contracts so strict, so unfair, and so manipulative that some of them say they feel like prisoners in their own careers. These creators, once hopeful and independent, now struggle to escape deals they signed too early and too blindly. One of the most famous examples comes straight out of the world of TikTok. The rise and fall of the Hype House. When it first exploded into mainstream media, the Hype House was seen as a dream opportunity for young influencers. A mansion in Los Angeles, daily viral content, endless followers, and offers from brands that would have taken years to land on their own. But as more details came to light, insiders revealed that the Hype House wasn't just a casual creator collective. There were contracts involved, and they were anything but casual. Some members later admitted they had unknowingly signed away control over their content, their posting schedule, and even their revenue splits. Every video they posted became partially owned by the house's management. Even if it had nothing to do with the group, walking away wasn't easy, legally or financially, and the damage to personal brands was irreversible for some. It wasn't just Hype House that suffered this issue. FaZe Clan, one of the biggest esports and gaming content organizations in the world, has faced its share of contractual drama. The original promise of FaZe Clan was simple: young gamers could join a powerhouse brand that would give them exposure, sponsors, and a place in internet history. But that dream turned sour for several members. The most notorious case involved FaZe Tfue, one of the platform's biggest Fortnite streamers. He sued FaZe Clan, claiming they took an outrageous cut of his earnings, reportedly up to 80% of some deals, while providing little in return. His lawsuit exposed how gaming organizations often lock members into long-term iron-clad contracts when they're still small creators, then profit heavily once those creators explode in popularity. Tfue fought his way out, but only after dragging the whole situation into the public eye, risking his career and reputation. Another shocking example comes from AMP, a collective of young creators including names like Duke Dennis, Kai Cenat, and Phantom. While AMP as a group projects an image of brotherhood and fun, insiders and former collaborators have hinted at disputes behind the scenes over management, brand rights, and revenue splits. Contracts were allegedly introduced that gave managers and agencies more control over content direction and sponsorship deals than creators originally expected. Some have speculated that members felt trapped between loyalty to the group and the financial restrictions of these binding agreements. The fear of breaking the contract and losing everything they'd built kept them silent. These contracts often follow the same disturbing pattern. A manager or agency offers to help a rising star go big, promising brand deals, exposure, networking, and career growth. But the fine print reveals the catch. Many contracts claim a share of all earnings, not just from specific deals. This means the creator might owe money from completely unrelated projects, even from side businesses, merch lines, or personal sponsorships. Worse, many of these contracts last for years. Imagine being locked into a deal as a teenager, only to become a superstar at age 21, and still owe half your earnings to someone who no longer contributes anything to your career, and getting out is almost impossible. These contracts are designed by top lawyers working for agencies and managers, not for the creator's benefit. Termination clauses include harsh penalties. Creators who try to break face lawsuits, fines, and the risk of losing their own brands, social media pages, and even usernames. Some contracts allow the management company to claim ownership over the influencer's name and likeness for years. even after the contract ends. That's the terrifying reality no one sees when they admire a TikTok star or a YouTube vlogger's success. Industry insiders say this problem comes from the influencer boom itself. A few years ago, platforms like TikTok and Instagram were new frontiers, and young creators had no playbook to follow. Managers, agencies, and talent companies flooded the space, eager to sign the next Charli D'Amelio or Mr. Beast before they blew up. And many creators, teenagers from small towns with no legal knowledge, jumped at these offers, signing contracts without reading the fine print or understanding the consequences. The result: a generation of influencers stuck in 360 deals that control every part of their brand. Even famous YouTubers have fallen into this trap. David Dobrik, once the king of vlogs, faced business disasters tied to mismanaged brand partnerships and deals made in his early career. Though not directly contract-related like others, his experience shows how influencer fame can lead to financial disaster when creators rely too much on managers and business experts without questioning their motives or reading every clause. His failed app venture, Dispo, and the collapse of his 20 million mansions value were part of a larger pattern of influencers being poorly guided or locked into bad business moves. The legal process to escape these contracts is brutal. Creators who realize they've been exploited face years of court battles, legal fees, and public smears. Some fear speaking out because breaking an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, could land them in worse trouble. Others fear losing friendships and opportunities if they expose a group or agency they once trusted. In the influencer world, reputation is everything, and calling out powerful management companies can kill your career before you get a fresh start. But the damage isn't just financial, it's emotional and mental too. Former creators have described feeling like hostages to their own brands. They can't post what they want. They can't take the sponsorships they prefer. Their content becomes lifeless, forced, commercial, because every post has to pass through an agent's approval. Mental health issues like burnout, anxiety, and depression are common in influencers, but contract pressure makes it worse. Some quit the industry altogether, walking away from millions of fans just to escape the nightmare. The influencer contract scandal has reached such a point that lawyers and activists are now warning young creators to be careful. Whole companies have sprung up to offer creator-friendly contracts and legal services, but even these are sometimes scams. The balance of power is heavily tilted against individual influencers, especially those without connections or industry knowledge. Unless they can afford a top entertainment lawyer, rare for a 17-year-old TikTok dancer, they remain vulnerable. What makes these contracts even darker is that some creators trap their own friends. Popular collectives like Hype House, AMP, and even some phase subgroups have allegedly pressured new members to sign exploitative contracts just to join the group. Peer pressure, dreams of fame, and the fear of missing out lead young influencers to sign away their rights, without realizing their friends may be profiting from their mistakes. The line between community and exploitation gets blurred fast, yet there is hope. Creators like Few have inspired others to fight back. Lawsuits have become public lessons in contract awareness. Influencer unions and advocacy groups are beginning to form, offering protection for vulnerable creators. Agencies with ethical contracts are gaining popularity. Even platforms like YouTube and TikTok are warning users to seek legal advice before signing deals. The message is spreading read every word. Get a lawyer and don't sell your future for quick fame. Still, the damage is done for many. Some of the internet's biggest stars are quietly waiting for contracts to expire years from now, so they can finally earn what they deserve. Others have already lost their careers, vanished from the spotlight, or been replaced by fresher, freer faces who don't yet realize what traps may lie ahead. For fans, this reality is a hard pill to swallow. The smiling, dancing, perfect influencers on screen may actually be suffering behind the scenes, overworked, underpaid, and unable to escape deals they signed in ignorance. The content they post isn't always what they want, it's what their contract demands. Brand deals, collabs, even breakups and drama can be orchestrated by managers pulling the strings. This secret war over contracts explains why some creators suddenly stop posting, mysteriously, quit social media, or switch platforms without warning. It's not always burnout or boredom. Sometimes, it's a desperate attempt to escape an impossible contract. In the end, the dark side of influencer contract serves as a warning, not just to creators but to audiences. Fame comes with a price, and for the unlucky ones, that price is freedom, until the influencer industry is fully cleaned up, with fair contracts, proper legal protection, and real accountability. This hidden nightmare will continue, and the influencers you love may be trapped behind the screen smiling, but not free. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your curious friends, and subscribe to the channel for more mind-blowing content every week. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the unexplained.